Hey guys, my name is Russian Badger, and I just got done playing Halo Reach in a friend's dorm room. I have to say, Halo Reach is a riot, and I don't even mean it in the literal sense of running riot. I mean, that game is so enjoyable if you have no idea what you're doing. And I made this complex plan while I was playing. I laid down blueprints, it was multifaceted. I have this huge complex plan about how to succeed, and it's basically 2 words, right? Armor lock, armor lock, armor lock, armor lock, armor lock. I just spam armor lock all day. And I know that might make me the cancer that's killing Halo Reach, but it is so much fun. It is so much fun to turn your left bumper into a primary, just your armor lock, and then your secondary is your left trigger, which obviously just you're spamming grenades too. So you spam grenades and armor lock, and maybe, heaven forbid, but maybe, if you get in a really sticky situation and you don't feel like committing suicide because your armor lock is down, you might pull out your gun and fire it with the right trigger, but let's face it, nobody fires their gun in Halo Reach. That's just witchcraft and sorcery. Nobody actually does that. And I didn't recognize it until now. I don't know why you guys didn't tell me this, but the P90 is wonderful. It is so great. I don't know why I didn't catch on to it. I have no idea why it took this long for me to figure it out, but this weapon is so dandy. So dandy. Look, that guy's pretty far away. I still killed him, but even at longer ranges, because I have 51 rounds in a magazine and unlimited bro boxes, you saw me toss one down, the range almost doesn't matter. And another double kill. That's like 8 guys in a span of how many minutes? Oh no, wait. Here comes. I jumped the gun. I apologize. There's 7 and 8. There's 7 and 8. I don't know if you guys were counting. I think at that point in time, those of you that really pay attention were like, "What? I only counted 6. What is he talking about? What is this? Is he trying to..." I noticed that a lot of you pay very close attention, which I really admire. I know a lot of you you're very articulate in the way that you watch these. You're like, why didn't you take that route instead of this route? And most of the time I agree with you guys. You say, oh, you should have picked this weapon instead of that weapon. And I think a lot of the time you guys have really valuable insight into my gameplay that I really don't even take into account. So this is really beneficial for me when you guys critique me on that. So I really appreciate that. Now look at this. Okay, this is the advanced tactic that is just so wonderful. Okay, I know he sees me, right? He's Camp Sauce bipod right now. Toss a grenade, Wesley. Keep him down. Snipes. That's exactly how you do it, alright? You fade away J-ball it, alright? This is how you do it. You Kobe, you toss your grenade over your little, whatever that cement barrier is. What is that called? That's not a guardrail. I don't know whatever that's called, but that's cement barrier. You toss your grenade. You wait a second or two, you pop up, because you know that he's waiting for you. You know that catfish has got his bipod out with Camp Sauce all over his face, waiting for you to pop out so he can pop you right in the mouth. But you toss your grenade, you wait a second, you pop up, you fire at him a little bit just to keep his head down, and then it explodes, and then he has no idea what happened. It's just like mind equals blown. He doesn't even know where he is anymore, because that tactic is just too... That tactic is too strong. Just overall, it's too strong. I've done it so many times too. People are always worried about you and never the grenade, and that is really what makes that tactic successful. Here's the second tactic right here, and we'll get into squad tactics in a second, but those are kind of really goofy. Okay, you arm it. You find a little lurk spot here, like you're hiding in the darkness, like this is Amnesia: The Dark Descent. You're trying to hide from those guys with the flappy mouths. You guys know what I'm talking about. I shoot him, but I don't get the second guy. Now, what the tactic I was doing there was, I usually arm it and then I sit really close at a point of cover, because at that sort of distance, you can hear the little tick when he starts to defuse. That's when you pop up and you kill them, because you know they're probably focused on defusing and not shooting you or looking around for you. So that's the tactic that I was trying to employ, but it failed. And that's basically something that happens to me all the time. You formulate these plans in your head, you say, oh, I'm going to do this, just like the last episode. What was that last episode? I kind of like the Waterboy voice. I don't know why that happened, that last episode. But you guys remember in the last video, I thought, okay, maybe I could be Altair and jump across this rooftop and just take somebody's sandwich with my wrist blade. I thought I could, but then I never really, my plans never came to fruition. Like, I totally thought I could, but you really couldn't. That's exactly what happened there. But then sometimes you think, this is such a stupid plan. This is not going to work. Like, this is genuinely unintelligent. And I don't even know why I'm executing this plan, because it's not even going to work. And you don't think it's going to work. And then it somehow works. And I think that's the beauty of Battlefield. Things that you think are not going to work somehow work. And then the best laid plans always fail. I don't know why it works that way, but thank God for reactive armor. I love reactive armor. But the way you gotta do it right here is just punch your tanks, okay? Punch your tanks. Don't worry about, oh, they have this many engineers, oh, they might have a Sophom up, meow, 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 meow. If you punch these big blocks of metal towards B, I think it rattles your teammates enough to get enough confidence that, oh, I don't... Like, if there's no tank there, I always think to myself, if I'm around, like, if I'm just by myself with other guys, like other infantry, and I'm sitting in the cover here, I don't really want to move up to B because I know I'm going to get shot. But then again, if there's a tank right beside me, I say, actually, what if I do move up? There's a tank, we got this, bro, there's a tank. You know what? There's a tank, we got this. I don't know why it instills so much confidence in your teammates, but just having a tank around the objective really motivates your teammates to go in and arm, because there's like a sense of security. Like, if I arm this, I know it's going to explode. Like, I know it's not going to get defused because we got a tank right here, bro. And I think that's the value of a tank. Not only this big metal object that fires projectiles at other catfish and just destroys them, but also that sense of, I'm going to instill confidence in my teammates that are otherwise very, 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 very cowardice, or are very much like a bunch of cowards that won't leave their cover unless they have some kind of, like, blatant opportunity right in front of them. But this is another thing that I want to address. The P90 is good at range, but you need a certain amount of time to kill. Like, you can't just pop 4 bullets and then pop back like you would with an assault rifle or some kind of LMG like that. You have to hit him with a lot of shots. So yes, you can take him down with a P90 at range, but you have to be fairly accurate. And I also want to talk about squad tactics. Okay, I know a lot of you, like, so many people preach, oh, you're a catfish if you don't use squad tactics. Like, yeah, you gotta team up, and this guy does this role, and you run different squad perks, and that's how you win the game. And yeah, I say no. Yeah, I think that's a good way to win the game, but it's not completely necessary. Like, for example, on Caspian Border, if you have the better jet pilot, you can pretty much carry a team with 3 people. Like, that's happened to me so many times. And right here, the main thing you want to do is just deny the enemy fence line. It's denying them some sort of constructive barrier against your allies, and it's a really important part. Get rid of all the enemy fences that you can. Like, if I were to highlight any point in this video, and I know I missed a little bit there, that's a shame for display. I should really have gone back and gotten that piece of fence, but anytime you can break fences, very, very beneficial. And I love this area on the left side near the antenna, and I'll tell you why. This left side near the antenna is the greatest, because everybody just hangs out here. Like choppers that are about to go down, they'll just, here's a good place to repair, and it's, in my brain, it just goes, you picked the wrong place, bro. You picked the wrong field. Get that guy in the dome, and then, you know you want to get back in there. Strike to the dome piece, bro! Ow! And then look at this. It's like my young Padawan flying off in his helicopter. Just, I must go, and the next objective needs me. Like, that is so satisfying. Then not only did you just pop 2 people straight in the dome piece, your ally also got the helicopter. That is very wonderful. And then, another thing, I have to tell you, I can get people from really far away with a sniper rifle. I just can't get headshots. I don't know why. There's another hit marker. I always get kneecaps, though. Look at this guy. Kneecaps, bro, but I can't get them in the face. I can't get them in the dome piece. I can never hit them in the head, and that's very, very frustrating. Now, okay, back to what I was discussing, and I want to finish this point. I know I always make points like, bro, I'm totally going to talk about cheeseburgers, and then I mention cheeseburgers once, and then I just totally stray off topic to, like, advanced caviar. I know that doesn't make sense, and I know I do that too often, but I'll finish this point. Alright. And I'll also talk about the shotgun and why I disagree with a lot of you in terms of the secondary weapon of the tank. And I know I discussed this previously, but I have new opinions on it. As I get this catfish right there. Okay. You don't necessarily need an entire squad working together. I know the entire, like, everybody preaches, oh, you gotta, like, squad up and have different squad perks and use advanced tactics and, you know, give yourself a clear fire, and, like, one person's a sniper and another guy, like, gives ammo and one revives. I don't agree with any of that. I don't think that you need, like, this formal tactic of, oh, we all use different squad perks. One guy's got a sniper rifle, another's submachine gun, one repairs, one revives, one gives us ammo, one C4s, all that different things. I don't agree with that at all. I don't think you need that. Like, for example, on Caspian Border, let me tell you something. I know that I've won several games with 3 people on a team. That's all I need, 3 people. We're not even in the same squad. One, there needs to be me, which is, I just basically am a gigantic piece of meat that arms objectives. That's what I was in this. In games on Caspian Border, you need 3 things, okay? Allow me to repeat this. 1, you need a jet pilot. 2, you need somebody to arm objectives, and 3, you need some blackout. And, okay, like, I remember a few rounds ago, not this specific round here, but all I did, the enemy jet took out their jet and their tanks, and for some reason right here, I was like falling through to Earth. The day the Earth stood still. I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie, but it was dreadful. I don't know what was happening here, but I eventually got myself out. So, what you need is you need a jet pilot, you need somebody to arm it, and you need some blackup. And all that does is, if you have, I remember a round, okay, I remember this round. There was this ace jet pilot on my team. Was not even in the same squad, did not even communicate with him, but he took out their jet, he took out both of their tanks, and made sure they never had a vehicle on the ground ever. Like, they never had a tank that would provide any sort of resistance against us ever. So if they have no armor and no jet, and we're able to get our armor forward, we essentially won the game as a 2-person team. Just that jet pilot and myself. He would take out all their armor, all their jets. He was basically camping the jet spawn like a catfish, but that's fine by me if he's on my team. If he just, anytime that guy tries to take off, nope, I'm the Iceman. And I just shot him. He shot the jet so many times in the spawn, it's not even funny. But, okay, regardless. The enemy team has no armor, no jet. What I would do was, I would get a tank, run, just like basically drive directly into the objective, get out, arm it, jump back in, defend it, and I would do that every single base of all of Caspian Border, and we essentially won with 2 people. That's all you need. We're not cooperating, we're not on Skype, we're not typing to each other, we're not organizing squad perks. That's all that you need, 2 people. And I've done it so many times with those 2 people. But you need a baller jet pilot, okay? You need a baller jet pilot. And sometimes there can be a 3rd Carl if you really need some serious blackup. You need some security in your tank, and you need somebody to repair your tank. But really, I can't even tell you how many times I've won on Caspian Border with just 2 people. Good morning, Carl. Why would you stand on a rooftop? Like, of all the places to stand, I don't think a rooftop has ever been a good idea, ever, in the history of Battlefield, as a good place to hide. But, like I said, I don't think you really need anything beyond 2 people to win Caspian Border in many, many situations. But I do agree that organizing yourself to the T in terms of squad perks and weapons and classes and everything else, the way that you organize yourself, that really can work if you just down to the T organize yourself in a squad with different perks and everything else, but I don't feel as if it's necessary. Yes, that's the ideal route, but I don't feel as if it's necessary, and that's why I love that hipfire. Like, I just hipfired that guy. I hipfired the guy down. I still have 22 shots left. I think this is why I'm just falling in love with the P90. And number 2, you can use it with any squad. I don't know why the bush monster always runs around with a sniper rifle primary. I just don't get it sometimes. Like, you really think that's going to work if some enemy just pops up out of nowhere? I get another gentleman there. But I just think, not only the ability of, like, I just think of so many great reasons that I just love the P90. Like, with a laser sight and, okay, so that's the tight hip fire, the large magazine, the quick reload, and the fact that I can use it with any class that I want. I think that I'm like addicted to the P90, if that makes enough sense to you. Like, those 4 main things, or is that 5? Okay, so reload, hip fire, ammo capacity, any class you want. Those 4 main things make the P90 so ideal to me. Just so wonderful. And I thought I'd give you guys a gameplay that was a little bit shorter, just because I know the last gameplay was 27 minutes long, so I like to contrast a long one with a short one, if you will. And that's all that I have to say. And so many goofy music videos. Like, there's a guy playing there's the guy in the room next to me in my dorm, and he keeps playing this song, and it goes like, La Hanta esta muy loca. It is the goofiest thing. It's like when I try to speak German. It doesn't even make sense. And you're probably mad at me now that I've even mentioned something that's not even related to Battlefield. Warum bist du böse auf mich? But that's all that I have to say. And I'm also live streaming right now. If it's still Friday. If it's not Friday, then you're going to look really, really foolish when you click on the live stream link and I'm not even there. But that's all I have to say, guys. And Halo Reach is super fun. So I will see you guys next time. Auf Wiedersehen und bis bald. Und later. Actually, no, just kidding. I forgot to tell you about the bonus clip. Okay, so the bonus clip is why I like canister shells against jets, but I don't like them against infantry. So overall, I think that the LMG is better on tanks overall, but for jets, canister is much better. So that's all that I have to say about that. So I know I rambled on. That's kind of goofy, but armor lock, and later.